Being denied for disability can be depressing all within itself. But it's two different things I want to discuss, kind of the disability part and the the hidradenitis part, all in one, because this will be brief at 10 minutes. But I want to reach out because I know there is a whole community of people with hidradenitis that's facing this problem every day. And it's a whole community of people with hidradenitis that's trying to file for disability and getting denied. And I just wanted to briefly talk about my particular experience with going through the disability system in Alabama and having a DDS examiner in Birmingham tell me that I have a very good case, but my information was spotty, which basically she didn't pinpoint, but I believe because she mentioned something in conversation, you have to make sure, one, before applying, try to do as much research as possible with your condition. You can actually print out the application prior to getting it delivered from them or going to their office, so you will know exactly what questions is there, so you can make sure that you have answers for these questions. And you not only have answers, you want to have them fully detailed. You want your answers to be as vivid as possible. You can almost create a visual for them, even if you do take pictures of your condition and send it as well, because just like we know, I think they say it's 1% of the population of the world that has HS. So I really doubt, unless your examiner has this particular disease, that they even know what's going on. Even though I feel like this is not an excuse for the medical examiner that still has to look at your paperwork, because in my particular situation, the age part was not a problem. The functional was not a problem. The work, none of that stuff was a problem. But their excuse was that my condition would not keep me from being disabled for a year, which they got that from my last surgery when they sent the paperwork. 'Cause I don't see the paperwork they sent to the doctor, but I'm assuming, they're not. You don't know how they kind of, sometimes you can, how you can sometimes ask a person a question to get the answer that you want. And I feel like maybe the paperwork came that way because he filled out the paperwork basically stating after my surgery, he will heal in 5 to 6 months. I did not get the grafting and flapping and all that stuff done where the skin and tissue was removed. They basically just opened it up and drained it. So anybody that knows, that's why I say it's no excuse for the medical examiner down in DDS, which is in Birmingham, Alabama. They know that particular procedure is temporary, so it's going to come back. So if he's disabled prior to this surgery, this particular surgery is a temporary fix, he's still going to be disabled. So now it's just, I have to prove now that my condition is going to last for 12 months. But the one thing that I can say, just make sure, print out, if you get the opportunity, print out the application before filling it out. Collect as much information as you can. Start a journal. These are all things you probably read online. I'm just trying to put into a quick 10-minute thing. Start a journal of how it affects you, your daily life, the way your life used to be before your condition kicked in, how it affects you now. Depression is something that a lot of people, we have been trained, we've been fighting through it so long, we don't even sometimes consider the depression part, which is a major state, a major effect of this besides it being physical. So sometimes you have to bring this up to your doctors, because all of this needs to be documented. And that's one of the main things. I hate to skip around, but one of the main things is make sure that your doctor, your treating physician, knows what you're doing and what you're trying to do, and you make sure that you explain to them that your information needs to be well documented, and make sure that you have an educated, because every doctor, just because a person is a doctor, don't mean that's necessarily mean that they have common sense or educated. Because I have ran across a few doctors that were just pure idiots, and I had to stop going to them, and that's why I had spotty records, as DDS would say, because they just didn't know about my condition. All of them was constantly giving me doxycycline for 2 years. Like, okay, if it's not helping, I'm still flaring up. Why are you constantly giving me the same medication that the last doctor is giving me and it's not working? It got to the point where I was trying to self-medicate myself to cure it. because I just could not find a good doctor, and that all hurt me as well in getting denied because I was just getting bad doctors. And now it's time for me, because I'm going to get an attorney to go to the not the reconsideration, to the appeal process, because in Alabama they don't have the reconsideration part unless your paperwork get pulled by I can't think of what department it's called, but that's all a possibility. But mine didn't get pulled, so I got to go through, and they talking about it's 12 to 18 months before I'll be able to get a hearing. And some people, I've heard this a lot, like, what do I supposed to do for income? What if I die in between that time? And to be honest, and just like my DDS examiner told me, it's not about your health. It's all about the money. Their job is to deny as many people as possible, even though they will not say that. They will say, oh, we have strict rules. My thing is, the rules that they have to abide by, you can look at the rules that they have to abide by online through the Social Security website. It's basically 5 stages that you have to go through, and almost through the third one is when you're supposed to automatically be approved. And that's what confused me, is because when I aligned my paperwork to what I sent them to through their 5 steps, I was supposed to be cleared by the 3rd stage, but they found a reason, because they really couldn't deny me because of my age, me being younger. But they knew, like, they found a way to deny me, which I believe in God, that through this appeal that I will get approved. But like I said, get as much information as possible from the beginning and speak upon it. And keep try to get you a good experienced attorney. Make sure that they've been doing it for a long period of time. Make sure some open communication between you and your attorney. You don't want to get an attorney where you go fill out the paperwork just so they can get your case, and you won't see them but 2-3 weeks before it's time to go to your hearing. Because at the end of the day, for the attorney, it's all about money with them. They want this to drag on years, because then they make more money. And if you're looking at it from that perspective, then you will try to protect yourself and not put your disability and your health in someone else's hands. And you can try to get prepared before taking this on, because I believe they say 70 to 80% of people from the beginning get denied. So I wish you luck on your disability. I will make other videos for YouTube on a separate case directly devoted towards hidradenitis. But, and upon request through comments or whatever that's left, I can keep you guys updated with what's going on with me, especially if you're in the Alabama area, because then maybe I can give you some pointers on how to maneuver through this system that's not really set up for the benefit of people that really deserves to get disability. Because I know some people that's on disability that is totally nothing wrong with them. I see them outside kicking it, smoking it, chilling with their friends, I don't know what's going on inside of their home, but the presentation, it seems like it's nothing totally wrong with them. But the people that do have something wrong with them, they're getting denied. And that's a problem. That's a very sad problem. And we have to figure out as a community within ourselves to come together and try to find out what stages or which council people or what, on the federal level do we need to start sending letters to start making them crack down even more on our individual states process, or the people that they have working inside of their offices that's totally denying a lot of wrong cases. Well, I wish you luck. Talk to you guys later.